Hello. Well, to answer your question in 1 minute or so, I think that first it is important to see, to examine what reparation is not. And to say that reparation is not compensation. When the concept of reparation is, so to say, flattened on that of compensation, our thinking is that some action can be undertaken in order to produce something that would be commensurate, so to say, with what was lost. So compensation would be the action of producing something that would replace something that was lost, meaning that compensation is a transactional concept meant to address a loss. Now, what is lost? What kind of loss are we talking about when we use today the word reparation? Well, we are talking here about the most radical loss possible, the most radical loss there is, which is the loss of humanity itself. In other words, we are considering here the loss of humanity following a crime of dehumanization. So that is what we have in mind when we talk about reparation. Dehumanization took place, and how do we repair that? Well, it must be said that such a loss, the very loss of humanity, is by definition irreparable. No weight can be put on the other plate of the balance in order to establish something that we might call equilibrium. So the concept of reparation, and this is the paradoxical nature of it, the concept of reparation is about the irreparable, is about what is, in essence, beyond repair. Now, once you have said that, is it just over? Is there something that can be done still to address the irreparable, even though you are saying that no repair is possible? Well, there is an answer to that question, and that answer is the name of a hero, Nelson Mandela, and a concept that summarizes Mandela's philosophy, which is, in Bantu language, the concept of Ubuntu. The dehumanization of apartheid was irreparable. Nevertheless, Mandela thought that there was a need to reinvent together, through reciprocity, humanity, a humanity beyond the tribes that had been created by apartheid. So in this case, what it took to be able to address the irreparable as such, not to compensate, not to repair, but just address the irreparable, what it took was the force to look ahead and to look to the future. And this is what makes Mandela the hero he is, the example he is. And that force to look ahead, to look to the future, and to say that the actions I have to take today are not going to be dictated by the past, but dictated by the future. This is what it means to be able to address the irreparable, not in order to compensate it, but just to address it. And if I could propose also another phrase to say that, it is the way in which we can address the irreparable is to still have in us what Barack Obama famously called the audacity of hope. Thank you.